And we're back. Chuck P. C-Ville's finest, along with my right-hand man, Mr. Carl Cleveland. And this is Knock the F Out, number 21. Number 21. You know what I want to do, man? I want to start out by giving a huge shout out and a big congratulations to my brother, the right-hand man from the land, Mr. Carl Cleveland. Hey, man, my man just he just had another baby, man. He just welcomed in another little boy, man, another little prince into this world, man. And at the end of the day, there's nothing greater than life, man. You know, and this is a beautiful thing, man. So you just dropped another godson on me, bro. I already know I'm the godfather. I already know I'm the godfather. So I got to play my part, man. I got to do what I got to do for another little one, man. But I want to say congratulations to you, brother, man. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling about as good as I can, man. Like you said, it's another future king brought into the world, man. Got to do everything physically possible to make sure that when he's of age, he's successful. So, man, I'm just enjoying life right now, man. Enjoying this good weather up here while we got it. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. So let's get right up into this. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the Mexican Michelin man, the Mexican Pillsbury Dope Boy, my man, Mr. Snickers himself, Andy Ruiz, for knocking out Anthony Flopshua last week. When I gave my little upset alert, I don't want anybody to think that I was taking shots at Andy Ruiz because my man came and he put them hands on Anthony Flopshua. And I got to speak on this for a second. So let me roll for a second, man. After this fight, you're hearing nothing but excuses from the Flopshua fan club. He had a panic attack, which I kind of believe. He had a concussion because he got knocked out in sparring, which is possible because he's got knocked out in sparring before. But if that dude was dumb enough to go into the ring with a concussion, that is his fault. At the end of the day, he is a grown-ass man. He's a 6'6", muscle-bound punk. If he's letting Eddie Hearn bitch him around when he's not right in the head to go into a damn match. So I have no sympathy for that brother. He is a brother, but I have no sympathy if you're not taking the bull by the horns and controlling your own career. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear no excuses. He took an L. Let's see if he can come back from it. Now, the fact that my man just exercised that rematch clause so fast, or he's letting Eddie Hearn talk about he gonna do the rematch, it's not good. This is a bad stylistic matchup for Flopshua. Andy Ruiz's hand speed is too great, and Joshua does not fight like a tall fighter. If Joshua's going to stick that jab out and control the distance, the range, then yeah, he could win. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happen. I've never seen somebody so relieved to lose in my life. It was obvious that the pressure of Deontay Wilder was getting to this dude, man. And he crumbled under the pressure. Pressure bursts pipes. And we can see Anthony Flopshua, he ain't cut out. He's not cut out for the United States, man. Now, I'm not saying he can't come back and have a decent career, but not the way he's going right now, man.
Well, y'all, it's summertime. And it sounds like this heavyweight division is sizzling, you know. And since you alluded to the heavyweight division, let's start out by talking about the face of the heavyweight division. And that's Deontay Wilder. It seems like I always starting the show talking about the bronze bomber, man. But hey, man, he's a hot commodity. You know, hey, everybody wants a piece of the bronze bomber. And let's leave off with we last left off with the destruction of Brazil. But you know what he went on to do the next night, man? The boy went on out there and got 2 Emmys. Okay, he went on out and got 2 Emmys and was recognized for the most famous boxer of 2019. Okay, then after that, he made the rematch official with Luis King Kong Ortiz. Okay, I think that's going to be maybe the 7th of September. But then wait for it. He wasn't done there. He made another match official another match with Tyson Fury, which is set for February 2020. So I'm like, Wilder ain't playing no games. He ain't wasting no time, man. I think he wants to let everyone know that it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. He is the man of the heavyweight division. Now, is there anything you want to add to that, Mr. Cleveland?
Yeah, man. This is what real champions do. They look for the best competition. I don't want to hear any complaints from anybody saying Deontay is not trying to fight the best competition because he's just got the two toughest fights in the division. That Anthony Joshua Flopshua, excuse me, fight is not tough for Deontay Wilder. That's the reason that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Flopshua was avoiding that fight, man. The toughest fight for Deontay Wilder is Luis Ortiz. All right. I want to see that rematch. It's a dangerous rematch, but I'm not mad at Deontay. He's trying to prove that he's the best. And how do you prove that you're the best? By fighting the best. So I have no problems with that. As a matter of fact, I salute that man. And I'm tired of these damn Flopshua fans, man, because even after he lost, they still blaming Deontay Wilder, saying that could have been Wilder knocking him out. Like, come on, man. Accept that L, move on, man. Deontay Wilder has. So, like you just said, as the most popular boxer, the face of the heavyweight division, he doing what he's supposed to do. He's seeking out the best competition. And you know what? I got a problem with Ring Magazine because I don't know if you heard it, man. They just, after that fight last week, they moved Tyson Fury from the number 3 ranked fighter to the number 1 ranked fighter without fighting nobody. Anthony Joshua loses, and now Tyson Fury is the Ring Magazine number 1 heavyweight. Ring Magazine is garbage. It ain't been legit since we was kids, man. And this just shows you, man. Oscar De La Hoya, you can't be trusted. Ring Magazine cannot be trusted. How am I supposed to take you seriously when you just bump Tyson Fury as the number 1 boxer, a heavyweight boxer? He don't have no belts. He ain't fought nobody but Wilder. And y'all gave him a moral victory and trying to have this dude run out into the sunset. That's why I'm so glad Wilder signed that rematch so we can get the ending we were supposed to see. Fury knocked unconscious.
And now I want to give a big shout out to Andy Ruiz myself, man. What a great display Andy Ruiz showed last week. Big skill fighter. Like you said, he went on out there and he did what he had to do. And I love how Andy Ruiz is still remaining so positive, even when he got a lot of negatives going right now, as far as the media and as far as the casual fans who don't really understand boxing. Talking about how he's jiggly and, he ain't body beautiful or whatever. That's just ridiculous, man. I heard a little something about how they wouldn't even let him eat his Snickers before his fight or whatever, man. You know that man live and die by Snickers, man. As a matter of fact, with that big, huge win, he even had Snickers reaching out to him. So I said to myself, that's good, man. You about to get you some more money, Mr. Ruiz. So get all the money you can, man. Enjoy this, man. This is life-changing for you. Very, very happy for you and your family, man. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing what you do in the rematch. But I just feel like it's a shame, man. You got these sports analysts out here, Stephen A. Smith, for example, for ESPN, talk about how jiggly he is, referring to him as Butterbean and all the other derogatory mentions of Andy Ruiz from that sports analyst. I mean, you even have people like Canelo Alvarez, his fellow brethren, coming to his aid and everything like that, man. So it's just ridiculous, man. And it's a shame how they look at boxing in the States. They really don't recognize it as much as the fans of the UK, and it shows. Whenever you have a platform like ESPN, just downgrading and down talking the new unified heavyweight champion of the world like that, man, being the very first Mexican heavyweight champion at that, I just think it's sad, man. But that's Stephen A. Smith, man. It doesn't surprise me anything when it comes to him. I just think that it's sad. You should really educate yourself on the sport before you go out and make crazy remarks like that. Anything you want to add to that, Mr. Cleveland?
Stephen A is a damn joke. I can tell you one thing that ain't jiggly about Andy Ruiz's hands, because that's what he put on Joshua. This is a damn boxing match. This ain't bodybuilding. It don't matter what your physique look like. If you got them hands, you got them hands. And as we can see, Ruiz got them hands, man. I can't take Stephen A serious about nothing, man. He's a joke. He's a clown. And to be honest with you, man, he's a coon. I got no respect for a dude like him, man. None whatsoever. Because the things he said and how negative he was to Andy Ruiz, if they were out on the streets, no cameras involved, he wouldn't say nothing. He'd be riding his jock stripes. Good job, champ. Good job. You wouldn't say nothing about his waist. You wouldn't say nothing about his belly. You wouldn't say none of that stuff, man. So I got no respect for no damn Stephen A. Smith, his non-boxing have knowledge, nothing. They need to take this dude off of this stuff, man. I'm really tired of seeing him, Jason Whitlock, what's that boy name? Will Kane, Skip Bayless, all them dudes, man. They just need to go retire somewhere, man. Those guys are what's wrong with boxing in the United States. And like Canelo said, instead of him going and doing his research and learning, you open your mouth and make yourself look like a fool, man. So Stephen A gets no love over here.
Now check this out, man. I got some news for the hardcore fans. Did you know that Devin Haney is the new mandatory for Vasyl Lomachenko? It was Teofimo Lopez, but Bob Arum pulled him. I don't really know why Bob Arum pulled Teofimo Lopez, but
he pulled him because he don't want him to fight. Those are his, basically, besides Terrence Crawford, those are his two best lighter weight fighters, and he don't want them to fight each other, man. That's all that is. Bob Arum is afraid. He don't want Vasyl or Timofey taking no L's, man. But here's my thing. If you got a fighter calling for it and he under your umbrella and you telling him no, that's the easiest way for that fighter to go. You're not giving him the fight he want, he gonna leave you, just like everybody else does, Bob.
Now, that's your reason for it. You want to know what I think? I think Teofimo might move up, man. I think Teofimo might move up to 140, actually. I think he got different plans for Teofimo.
Oh, yeah, that's possible. He been saying that, but he also been adamant that he want that Vasyl Lomachenko fight, man. The boy has been calling out Lomachenko more than anybody else. Tank Davis is on mute. So, yeah, I feel you.
But my real question is, though, do you think Devin the Dream Haney is ready, though? I mean, do you think he's too green at this point for a fight like that?
Personally, no, I don't think so, but you never know until he gets in there, man. To me, Devin Haney needs about 3 more fights, and then he'd be ready for somebody like Vasyl. But I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say Haney don't got skills, man. To me, he's the future. He's one of them young dudes who's the future. I don't even think homie is barely 20, man. So you never know until he gets in there. But if you're asking me my opinion, no. But hey, that's still a fight I want to see, man. I want to see.
Now, man, I got some very, very unfortunate news here. This is heartbreaking to me. Okay. They just recently canceled the Tony Harrison and Charlo rematch. Dude, I was so looking forward to this, man. Harrison just went down with an ankle injury, so they called off this fight. And I mean, dude, I thought that this would definitely be candidate for a fight of the year. This was one I was definitely looking forward to this summer, man. But Tony Harrison is out. But the replacement, man, Jorge Cota. Man, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, man. That ain't going to be no walk in the park for Charlo either, man. Dude, Jorge Cota got hands of steel. Dude, did you see like all them damn Mexican fighters that he knocked the hell out, man? Dude, that dude Jorge Cota got hands of steel. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't know about
I
that
seen
fight,
it,
man.
man. I saw it. Now, once again, it's a step up in competition with him going up against Charlo. But man, if Charlo don't take it serious, it'll be another upset happening. Charlo can't afford not to take this boy serious, man. I know I saw exactly what you saw because if he get clipped, he could go down. So yeah, he better take it serious.
Yeah, and now in other news, well, we got a fight that's official. We got Gervonta Tank Davis. He'll be fighting his mandatory. Ricardo Nunez, July 27th in Baltimore, Tank Davis's hometown. Once again, another squash match for Tank. This is another fight that won't go past 3 rounds for Tank. And I'm getting sick and tired of having this conversation when it comes to Tank. Like I said, man, you need to fight better opposition. You got your Teofimo Lopez. You got Tevin Farmer, who is a whole different fighter now. Tevin Farmer is a whole different fighter. I would really love to see you fight Tevin Farmer now. You got Lomachenko out here. And then, I mean, you even got the likes of, we just mentioned him, Devin Haney, and Gary Russell even want a piece of you. I mean, and you're not responding and not talking about any fighters at all. You're not even responding to anybody. It's just like, dude, everybody wants to smoke with you. And I mean, a lot of people putting it on Floyd Mayweather or whatever, but sometimes you can press the issue. You can press the issue, man. I'm just so sick and tired of Tank having these squash matches that really don't mean anything. You want to know what an old timer told me one day? He told me, he said, in order to get some ass, you got to bring some ass. So why don't you get off of your ass, Tank, and start fighting better opposition? Now, I know your career's in Daddy Floyd's hands. I understand that. But sometimes you got to press the issue. Start tweeting shit out there, man. Put it out in the universe. Say that you want these elite fighters. Press the issue with either Leonard Ellaby or whoever's over there that you need to talk to. Start pressing the issue so you can start fighting better opposition, because this is nothing more than another 3-round squash match. Anything you want to add to that, Mr. Cleveland?
Nah, man. Like you said, I feel the same way about Tank, man. Call me when Tank actually fights somebody.
And now on to a fight that I hope they can make. This is a fight that I definitely would like to see. So, have you heard that Caleb Smith and Billy Joe Saunders are in negotiations for a unified title fight? Did you hear about that, Mr. Cleveland?
Yeah, I heard about it, man. Callum Smith really don't impress me. I'm not gonna lie, it's not but a couple fighters from the UK that really impress me, man. Callum, to me, he's a basic fighter. The only dudes from the UK who impress me right now, they got a young heavyweight contender, Daniel Dubois, and what's that other boy name? It ain't Josh Taylor. It might be Josh Kelly. He's decent, but for the most part, man, them UK dudes ain't moving the boat, man. And that's not even me trying to be like down in the UK. I just gotta keep it 100. They really, most of the dudes is just all hype, man. So that's a fight that I would watch though, because I know Billy Joe Sanders has skills, so I can't take that away from him. But man, come on, I need you fighting somebody with a pulse. I need you fight Canelo, fight Andrade that you were supposed to fight before you popped dirty. Fight somebody, man. I know you moved up to 168. Fight David Benavidez, man. Caleb Plant, somebody, man.
Yeah, man, I would be interested to see him and a David Benavidez fight. Actually, I would be interested to see that. Now, let's talk about the combatants for this fight. Let's start with Steve Rose, man. Me personally, man, I don't really have a lot to say about Steve Rose. I know he's an undefeated Canadian middleweight coming in at 19-0 with 10 knockouts, and he had an amateur record of 83-14. I checked out his last fight with Leatherwood, man. He won that one, unanimous decision. I checked out his style, man. He's a gritty fighter, man. Kind of reminds me a lot of Sean Porter. You know, he likes to keep going forward, man. Likes to press the issue. But the thing about Mr. Rose is he doesn't have any pop, man. He doesn't have any pop behind his punches. He doesn't have any power. So I kind of think that this fight is tailor made for Triple G. We've had some upsets. It's been an upset season. We witnessed Hurd. We witnessed Tony Harrison. We just witnessed Ruiz. But I don't think that Mr. Rose would be headlining upset season. But what do you think about Mr. Rose, Mr. Cleveland?
Dude, like we were talking for all you wrestling fans out there, he might as well come out to Vince McMahon's theme song because he has no chance in hell of winning this fight. Gennady, Triple G, Golovkin, no guys, big drama show. Hey Max, yeah, he better win this in under 4 rounds because if he doesn't, it's gonna let me know he ain't got nothing coming with none of them elite fighters at 160, man. And if Triple G does not knock this guy out, if Triple G loses, he better retire. I don't want to see him fighting anybody else. This, like you said, this is a glorified squash match. He should get rid of this guy in under 6 rounds. And if he's having problems with this guy, can't help you, Triple G. You are what they say you are, which would have been a hype job. Please, 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 don't go in here bullshitting and don't get upset. Win this fight like you're expected to. That's all I need, man. That's it.
All right, and now let's talk about the main attraction. Let's talk about the reason that thousands would fill up the mecca of boxing in Madison Square Garden. Gennady Triple G Golovkin, all right, comes in with a total of 40 fights, 38 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Both of those blemishes came for one Saul Canelo Alvarez. He has a total of 34 knockouts, and 23 of those 34 knockouts were in a row, man. This man had a streak of 23 straight knockout victories. Okay. Once upon a time, man, I was a huge fan of Triple G. He almost seemed like he was invincible, and I had a lot of respect for him, everything he stood for. But now it just kind of seems like things are just kind of starting to change with Triple G. It seems like he's all about his road to Canelo. And I don't mind that. But it's the certain stops you taken on this road to Canelo that I have a problem with. You done went to the blackberry tree and you done picked out Mr. Steve Rose for an easy victory. And I have a problem with that, Triple G. You have the likes of Charlo out here. You have the likes of Boo Boo Andrade out here. You have Billy Joe Saunders. You got a lot of middleweights that you could be fighting. Credible middleweights that you could be fighting on this road to Canelo. That, to me, would make the road to Canelo just that much better. I can't really respect you cherry picking Mr. Rose and just dominating Mr. Rose on your easy road to Canelo. Hell, at least Canelo did fight Danny Jacobs. I mean, yeah, he is out here trying to fight some decent good fighters. I mean, we're not going to talk about Rocky Feldon, but I can respect the Danny Jacobs. I would even like for you to have a rematch with Danny Jacobs. I would rather accept that than the Mr. Steve Rose, but this is where we're at. And I just really hope from here on out, Triple G, your next fight, which I still don't think will happen, but I really hope that you can start fighting some of these young, hungry lions out here that want a piece of you. With that being said, you want to go ahead on with your prediction, man? You want to give them the round, Mr. Cleveland?
Triple G, 4th round knockout, like you said. Hopefully this isn't a cherry pick going wrong. Let that Canadian cab driver beat him. But if he does, that's his fault. Because like you said, he had other opposition he could have fought, and it looked like he's trying to find the easiest route to Canelo. And if that's the way you're going to go, even if you do get a Canelo match, you won't win because you have not been fighting the fighters that's going to prepare you for him. You've been fighting tomato cans. So yeah, please, you better pick somebody that's credible next time.
And and I got Triple G rolling right over Mr. Rose. Okay, I got him rolling right over Mr. Rose by round five. I got a round five stoppage for Triple G. Like I said, Mr. Rose, he doesn't have any power, man. He doesn't have any pop behind him, man. I think Triple G would take his punches, man, roll right through him, man. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he'll roll right through him and take his punches, man. Fifth round stoppage by Triple G. So hey, man, another episode of Knock the F Out podcast. This is number 21, man, and I liked it, man, dude. Mr. Cleveland, man, I thought this is another good one, man. Do do all of us a favor, man. And this is me, Mr. Cleveland, and Andre Corbeil. Big shout out to Andre Corbeil, man. Check us out at wrestlingwrestling.com and jab the like button, man. Subscribe to both channels, Andre Corbeil's and mine, man. We would truly appreciate it. And you know how we do it, man. The after party tomorrow. We will be back to talk about this squash match between Triple G and Mr. Steve Rose, man. You can catch this fight on the Zone, man. DAZN. Download the app, man. Undercard starts at 9 o'clock. So check it out. Triple G and Mr. Rose, they probably start fighting around probably around 11:30ish. So get the Zone, man. It's $19.99, man. If you want to check this out, pretty affordable. Like we was talking about the Zone app. I mean, if you just want to get the fight for one night, man, just check it out for $20. Then unsubscribe after that if you don't really care too much for it, because they don't really give you too much content on the app. So that's how you can check it out, man. Chuck P. C-Ville's finest, Mr. Carl Cleveland. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the after party show. Enjoy the fight.